We're good.
Huh?
I don't know what's going on here. It was just showing up and it just went in and now it's not going in.
Jeannie, thank you.
I'm trying to get this down.
I'm seeing it live on the Facebook. Just a heads up.
What's that?
It says live on Facebook. Yeah, you're good.
Wait, I just shut it off though. Didn't I? Are we live?
Yeah, now it's live.
But I see
Okay,
it.
hold on a second.
Hey, there you are.
Are we there? Okay, good. I am telling you, everybody, quite the mission today. It's been quite the agenda. It's been let's say so. Anybody,
Crazy.
sorry for the interruption. Q loves you coming to you live finally from Destination Unknown in a day that's been full of nutsiness and craziness. It's phenomenal. It's great that I get to have some laughs right now. I think I'm going on 36 hours no sleep, but
Yeah.
praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. We are here with everybody. So I'm going to turn it over to the one and only Patrick Nady. Like get it started, but we have some amazing comedians tonight. We've got Jackie Kashian coming down the line, who's one of the she's, I guess I'd call her OGs. We got Matt Balaker, who's been around the block a few times. Erik Escobar is just I don't know, the Mexa-Filipino dream, if we could call it that. So we're gonna have some fun tonight, but without further ado, everybody, let's give it up for my good friend and yours, Patrick Ney.
Hey guys, what's happening? Welcome. Yeah. Great lineup. We're having technical difficulties earlier. Q is in the middle of the country doing his little human trafficking, cannonball run bullshit. I don't know what the hell you're doing. You've been up for 36 hours. It's like you're going to be snorting no-dos pretty soon. So
it's Crystal Red Bull. That's
yes,
great.
that's disgusting, by the way.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. I'm really excited. We do have a great lineup tonight, a very eclectic mixed group of people. I'm very excited. I'm just going to get going. I don't have a ton to say, but I was very excited this week because I saw that we actually have flattened the curve. I mean, not this one. This one is not flattening whatsoever. Right now, I'm like, if a box of Twinkies and an IPA had a child, that would be my physicality. I am fat, bloated, disgusting, pretty much. And I look like a before pic in a diet ad. So that's cool. And my kid is like, but he like refers to me by my first name. He's like, hey, Pat. I'm like his mom's divorced boyfriend. I'm like, what is happening to this life, Oh my God. Oh, and speaking of, I have been snorting Lipitor. So Q, you might want to try that too on the road. That might work because I just eat. I used to eat like a kale and spinach sandwich or salad for lunch. Now I'm eating like fried chicken and donuts in the same like hour. It's like I've suddenly moved to like, South Oklahoma. I'm like in the panhandle. Oh my God. And of course, every time I've got the cough, I'm like, oh shit, the cough, then the headache and the sore throat, the 4-hour erection. I don't know which direction I'm going in. So that's a dumb joke. That is a dumb joke. My kid did create, Matt, this is true, a Ouija board. He's like, I'll figure a way out of this. I'm like, you were not bringing the fucking devil into this house. I mean, and I don't even believe in that shit. But it's like I had to like rip it up in front of him. I'm like, no, I'm not. He used the bottom of a water bottle as like the little glass thing that moves around. I'm like, how do you even fucking know what this is? But we got a dog. It's a cute little dog. Everybody's like, did you get a rescue? And I'm like, no, I did not get a rescue because when we took it to the vet, the first thing the vet said, did you get this dog on Craigslist? And I said, yes, we did. We got it in a parking lot in the South Bay, and it was a used dog. I didn't want to get a rescue because you never know what baggage they have. Last time I did that, the dog turned out to be a Lutheran. I just couldn't handle it. It was a lot of tension at home. Oh boy, where could I go? Thank you. My wife and I are actually, we're psyched. We're gearing up for this, like this big release. Like we've actually worked during this time, and we're saving up for a DUI when this is all over, and hopefully, because she's a drinker. I will not lie, she is a drinker. I'm really excited about all the lawyer ads in Los Angeles. everything's gone away except for ads for lawyers for like, have you been hurt in an accident? Then I saw a guy asking people if they've been bit by a dog. I mean, it's like, next it'll be, did you slip on a banana peel in the post office? And I'll be like, yes, I did. I need $3,000 now. I did, Matt, besides your book, I actually listened to a book on tape, The Miracle Worker by Helen Keller, read by Kim Kardashian, which kind of takes it away a little bit. I mean, it's like, it's just not, this. Anybody connect with some old friends? I mean, you got the time. I talked to a couple of my old college buddies, and we're talking about old fraternity nicknames. My nickname was Lady Boner, but I wasn't in a fraternity, so that was kind of weird. Anyways, I think that's it. You know what I mean? What more can I say that would be terrible? And the one thing I noticed, Matt, and not to offend, I keep seeing this video of Trump talking about, when he's asked what his favorite Bible thing is, and then he's like, do you like the New Testament or the Old Testament? He's like, I like them both. They're both great. It's like, it's not the Godfather, okay? It's the fucking Bible, okay? Just pick one thing, one stupid thing. Oh my God, it never ends. I am super excited tonight about this crew of people, and I'm just gonna get this going while Q talks to his bookie in the over there in the wherever you are in Colorado. We are joined by our first guest. Is everything okay, Q? And is your bookie pissed at you, or like what could you be betting on right now?
I'll tell you, no, it's everything's good. I'm down here in the business office of this fantastic hotel. Just making.
All right, man, you are living a real high life kind of thing. All right, well, I'm going to keep this rolling. And one of my favorite people, he just wrote a book. If you could hold that book up, it's about the famous Greg Giraldo, a really great comedian who
keep
was
holding
kind
it
of a trendsetter, did a lot of amazing things. Hold that up a little bit more, and so we can see the whole.
Yeah, but he's got to talk. He's got to talk, so it goes to his screen.
Okay, but anyways, I'm gonna say a great comic, a great friend. Please welcome Matt Balaker, everybody.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. And, congrats on your new adoption. Breeders need jobs too, Pat. Don't ever forget that.
I don't know if they're breeders.
What type of dog is it?
It's a Maltipoo.
A Maltipoo.
Yeah, so it's like it thinks it's a tiger. It's like it's mean as hell. I mean, like it's really sweet and then like just an insane, voracious, crazy for like the rest of the day. So
Angry little dog. Well, I have one goal as a parent, Patrick. I want to raise children that don't need an emotional support animal. If I can do that, I'm gonna, pat myself on the back. If my sons can ride from JFK to LAX without needing a little Chewini on their lap, I will feel like a damn good father. We don't need big ones.
True.
We need little ones.
But you have 2 kids.
I do. So I want them both to be.
They're each other's emotional support animals.
They are. But thank you for doing that. And Q and Pat, I mean, thank you guys. Like, instead of just complaining about clubs being closed or whatever, you guys are doing something. I mean, you're combining your intellects, and we're entertaining maybe 12.5 people before Netflix.
On a good night.
I think that's really cool because, like, you don't know where this could lead. Like, just was it today or yesterday? Joe Rogan apparently licensed his podcast to Spotify for like $100 million.
Yeah.
Collectively, we could maybe get a Starbucks gift card. I mean, if things align perfectly, I think
that's fire. That's fire.
I think you got to set your sights high. And I love not just Pat, Jackie, Ryan. I love all of you comics because it takes this ideal blend of insecurity and narcissism to get on up here and win the approval of a bunch of people who could care less about us on the internet. and thank you guys because. Thank you guys watching. I mean, you're supporting the dream right now. Like, I have 2 kids in the room next door. I'm avoiding them. And I'm afraid they're going to walk in because I don't want them to see their daddy at his professional apex. But and I don't want to get preachy. I don't want to get in my soapbox. This isn't a Jimmy Kimmel monologue, but things will get better. They really do. Like they're already improving. Like, we're allowed to go on the beach for a little while, and I think they're opening Yosemite National Park. But we got to be smart about it, Q. But it's like piece by piece. Like, soon we'll be able to go to restaurants. right after that, personal trainers will begin sleeping with their clients again, and normalcy will return. And I think it's something to look forward to, because like things aren't always wonderful. Like Pat, you're from the great city of Chicago, right?
You better believe it. Chicago Bulls, thank you.
Thank you. And are you also upset with your portrayal in The Last Dance? Like, I was cut out of it entirely. Like, I was like Scottie Pippen and I, we have some beef, and like they didn't include any of that. So F you, Michael Jordan, taking my sunshine. But I love Chicago. My mom grew up there, and she was a huge fan of the city. I mean, that was the first place she moved to after a Nazi internment camp. So the standard wasn't really high, but they have great food. And so
it's a great city, pal.
It is a great city. But my point is, like, my mom evaded the Third Reich, and I have to homeschool my kids. So it's like we all have a cross to bear, is what I'm saying. I just want to give thanks to all the people out there, like the first responders, healthcare workers, essential workers, essential adjacent. Like, maybe you're not that important. Like, you might be a middle manager for Kaiser Permanente, but you're putting in the hard work. And I want to thank all the immune systems out there. You're doing great things. I want to thank the helper T cells, the B cells, the dendritic cells, and that's all the biology I know. But I want to thank all you hardworking people out there. But there's a silver lining. There's a silver lining, Jackie and Pat. Like, at least things are being canceled for reasons other than tweets. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, I mean, now, like, that 80,000 people or whatever are dying. Like, does Kevin Hart's tweet mean that much to us? I don't know, but I was reminiscing of, like, I long for the days when we could, like, just bitch about, like, what color is that dress? Is it black or is it blue? And why did Shane Gillis have to say that? You know, like, I remember bitching about those things, and like, whatever happened to Cecil the Lion? Like, if I could get that bent out of shape for an animal again.
Hey, don't rank on Cecil.
I will know we've flattened the curve. That's all I'm saying. But
Cecil. I
have a dream. I have a prayer. I hope the next pandemic boosts live comedy and kills social media. If it can do that, this whole COVID thing wasn't so bad in the first place. But
oh my God,
it's weird. Now it kind of feels like prison without the anal or cigarettes. And like, I don't really like cigarettes either. So it's. But every day, Q, I'm teaching my kids reading and math. And like, I think I'm going to continue with homeschooling even when we're all done with this, because I would like my children to be academically advanced and socially awkward. Those are a couple of goals I have for my kids. In fact, my oldest one, I don't know if I told you this, Pat, he won the chess tournament for his elementary school. He's only 7 years old. He won the chess tournament. And like, my wife and I were so proud that he got into this chess club, because that's the most effective form of birth control we can think of. I mean, like, he's more worried about a kingside castle than getting in the backseat with the prom queen. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Yeah. And now, we got some things to celebrate. You know, there's reason for optimism. Like, I got new business cards, Q. They read Matt Balaker, comedian, actor, writer. That way you can see I have failed in 3 areas of show business. Multifaceted, not a one-trick pony. But I also did my 253rd Peloton bike ride. So that's something to celebrate.
Congratulations.
Do you guys think Lance Armstrong would be like the best spin instructor ever? Like, I think that I'd just like to see him have a chance again. But Peloton kicks ass, Q. Here's why. Because like, they reward you. After 10 rides, you get a high five. After 100, a t-shirt. After 250, you get a non-surgical vasectomy. It is awesome. My pelvic floor is battered. My chode is more abused than a racehorse at Santa Anita. And I have the marks to prove it. I'm not going to show it online, but it's been a workout. But there's some sad things. Like, I was a little bummed to hear like Lori Loughlin. She's
oh God.
I don't know if I'm bummed, but like, she spent what, $500,000 to get her like bratty kids into USC. Little did she know, in like a few semesters, colleges would close down. Like, it's such a waste of money. Now it's taught with like a webcam and a TA. It's like, oh, do you really want to spend your money to go to do that? But like, she just wants what's best for her children. And I think we can sympathize with that. Like, because there's statistics, like studies say kids whose parents bribe admissions departments out earn those who don't by like 465,000. Astronomical, maybe more than 465,000.
Oh God.
But like Lori, like where's she gonna go? Like I would be terrible in prison. Like Hugh, you're a strong dude. Pat, you're like, oh, handsome. Like you could get by. Like I would have no chance. Like I would have to be someone's boyfriend. Like if I were ever incarcerated, I would drop to my knees faster than Colin Kaepernick during the national anthem. That is my only hope.
You like Daniel.
I haven't tried, but I haven't been in prison either. But I know, I would go down on the first guy that I saw, and they'd be like, whoa, slow down, Maddie. We're only here to take your fingerprints. We haven't even checked you into general populace. But I like your style.
Oh, man.
I married a doctor, so you don't have to laugh.
Yes, you did.
My bills are paid, but it created this desire for a side hustle. Like I've been hawking her surgical masks online, just making a mint. Like she doesn't need more than 3 of them. Like there's a dude in Santa Monica that needs to wear an N95 as he drives to Whole Foods, and I want to make sure he gets that. You guys are, no, I'm only doing another 98 minutes.
You were like a wind-up toy tonight. I love it.
I haven't been out in a long time, but just like I'm really proud of my bride. I mean, like she had a dream. She never wanted to have to rely on a man financially. And I let her fulfill that goal every day.
Yeah, you did.
I'm not some misogynist jerk. I'm not some insecure a-hole who needs to make like over $1,100 in a year to feel like a real man or contribute. Like, a lot of people talk about the gender wage imbalance. I walk the walk. I do something about it. But I wish we could come together because like there's still this like hierarchy. There's a lot of like status out there, even during pandemic times. Like you have Elon Musk getting in all these silly fights, and like I don't get it because like even COVID testing. I mean that is like the new status symbol. That is like right up there with owning a Tesla sedan or getting an invite to a transgender wedding. I mean if you have that on your resume, you are the highest ranking Californian on the block. But I'll leave with this, and you guys have been great. But as a parent, Patrick knows this. You get some bad advice. Like my Uncle Vince told me, it takes a village to raise a child. No, it doesn't. As a father of 2 boys, I know that one undocumented nanny can do it for $14.95 an hour. So I don't know what they've got some operational inefficiencies that they need to address. But thank you very much, and please purchase Greg Giraldo, A Comedian Story. It'll be out in audiobook soon. He's the best comedian I've ever written about. So please check it out. Thank you very much.
Yeah, woo!
Excellent.
Nice.
Well done, Matt.
Nice, well done, Matt.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Thank you so
That's a great book. Hold that up again. You've been getting a lot of like thumbs up for that book. So, but where can they get that book?
Online.
On Amazon or whatever?
BarnesandNoble.com. Jackie's Living Room. I think she has a couple copies. And it'll be out on Audible soon.
Okay, cool. Well done, Matt. Give Matt another little something. First of all, okay, we both have great wives. I mean, it's like our wives are very successful. Yours is amazing. Mine, like, I feel like the husband in Fargo. It's like, what do I even do around here? You know what I mean? It's like, I can't paint ducks. So it's like, there's pretty much it. But your wife is, Ashley is an amazing doctor. And she's like one of these doctors that's a great doctor, just doctor, but then in her like spare time goes to like 5th world countries and teaches them how to do ear operations. I'm like, how are you doing this?
To show off. I'm like, you already got into medical school. You don't have anything to prove anymore. Like, tone it down.
And we're like, what's up with Chicago? But by the way, Scottie Pippen was known as No Tippin' Pippen. He was a bad tipper. And then I watched that documentary. I'm like, no wonder he got totally cheated. I'd be pissed too. An amazing documentary, an amazing city.
Multiple firsthand experiences with the boys and with those boys. Multiple experiences in the restaurant world with those guys.
Who are good
with the Bulls.
In terms of what you're talking about with the tipping aspect, for sure.
Oh yeah. Ooh. But I dealt with some of the Bulls in Chicago, and they were, they're amazing. Michael Jordan literally, I think, had sex with that city. Like, they missed that. Like, he literally at one time had a copulation with the city of Chicago. I think he was on the Picasso, like, humping it at one time. I mean, he was what you would call a dog in the biz. But anyways, Matt, very, very funny, very funny. And
Did he
let's
ever
continue
refer to
our
his penis as the Sears Tower? It took me that long to remember the tallest building in Chicago. Hi, I'll be over here.
I did
Right.
hear him say
And-
something about the Hancock ones.
I'm pretty sure the Sears Tower is actually referred to as Michael Jordan's penis. I think it's actually,
I actually watched fireworks on the roof of the Sears Tower before. This is a long time ago when they would let stupid people do stupid things like that, and it was scary as fuck. Thank God I was drinking. But anyways, let's move on because we have such a great show tonight. Our next comedian has been on Conan, late night stuff, you know, the whole deal. Very socially media activated and has an amazing podcast with Lori Kilmartin called The Jackie and Lori Show, correct?
Jesus, it's me. Hi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so welcome, Jackie Kashian.
Hi.
Yeah, Jackie.
Thank you very much. You know, Matt Balaker was
everybody.
hawking his book on the Dork Forest, which is my other podcast.
Oh, right, yes, the Dork Forest. Sorry about that.
Great podcast.
That's like that's a big gig. I love that.
It's,
Yeah.
It's well, I got in on the ground floor of something that doesn't make any money. So well played.
Jackie, I remember, hold on. I remember one time you told me when they were doing all that last comic standing stuff, you're like, I'm ready to sell out. I am ready to sell out. I thought that was the
I was
funniest
born
thing of all
ready.
time.
Holy smokes. So I should tell okay, I will tell a joke.
Yeah.
Here's a scoop, people of Facebook who are watching this. Let me actually check because I believe that's right. There's 18 people. Let's do this.
Oh, mine says 20.
We were up to 19.
Hold on. That only counts my friends, the people that are actually friends of mine on there. But there's others that.
Oh, fair enough. This is out there. Okay.
Yeah, we get a lot of people.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is awesome.
There'll be a few hundred. There'll be a few hundred by the time we're done.
Nice.
I've already done an hour of stand up today, so I'm like
You're on fire. You're on fire. Do it.
yeah, this is my third Zoom show today. This is thing people have been complaining about the Zoom shows. These aren't even the worst gigs I've ever done. I don't know if you guys have been to Albuquerque, but that guy who owned that club was a shitbag. There's going to be some language. Okay. And you could look forward to Q driving through Albuquerque at some point.
It's coming tonight.
Okay. This happened a couple of months ago. I used to travel and stay in hotels, we called them.
Oh,
And one time, one of my earrings fell out of my ear and onto the floor of the hotel room. Now, this traditionally, if something falls on the hotel floor, that no longer belongs to you. That is property of the hotel. You've given it up. But I like these earrings, so I go down on all fours to find my earring, and there it is under the bed. And under the bed, it is next to a hair tie. Not my hair tie, by the way. It was not the color that I've been using for a hair tie, but I picked it up to throw it away because I live my life punched in, you guys. Essentially, I am constant. I live as if I don't do all the side work, I'm going to lose shifts. I pick up what I think is the hair tie to throw it away. It is not a hair tie, my friends. It is a cock ring. I have had this hand replaced. Weirdly enough, kept the earring. So, yeah, I called my husband, a man, always a fun reveal. And he is a delight. And I said to him, hey, found a cock ring in this hotel room today. It was gross. And he said to me, ew, was it used? Did it look like it had a lot of miles on it? Well, yes, it was gross and it was used. Miles? I do not know. Here's what I do know. The average length of an erect penis is 6 inches. Do not at me. There are 5,280 feet in a mile, which means that there are 10,560 strokes in 1 mile. So there might have been 1 mile in that cock ring. Yeah, that's what I like to do is I like to take a gross joke about a cock ring, turn it into a nerd joke about math.
I know. Right?
Here's the thing about that is, sure, a lot of people wonder how did you come up with that math, Jackie? Well, I used a calculator. That joke is the joke of a father of three. That's what that joke is. Why am I not the father of three? Well, we will always be surprised. Should I do another bit? What the heck?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the favorite one that I'm working on. Here it is. I am a she, her. There are many genders. I am a she, her. I've seen it done better. I've made peace with it. But what you need to know is that I am a she, her. Some people are he, him. Other people are they, them. And I read an article that said that there are hundreds of genders, and scientists never wanted to tell us because they didn't think we could handle it. But if you think about it, right now, whitey magoos and menfolk, the learning curve right now super steep. We can handle one more thing about gender. That's what I say, because I can call people a they them. My biggest problem with it is using it in a sentence. It's going to be hard grammatically, but I can figure it out. For example, I have a nephew. For 18 years, we called him TJ. He turned 18 and he said, I would like to be called Thomas. So now we're working on that. It's fine. Sometimes I occasionally call him TJ and he's like, and I'm like, oh shit, Thomas. And then we keep moving. That's all it's going to be because I love the they, them. I love the idea of the they, them because you can't boss a fucking they, them. You can't say to a they, them, hey, you can't want that. You have to want this. You're a boy. I'm not a boy. I'm a they, them. Going to want whatever I want. You can't say, you can't be that. You have to be this. You're a girl. You're like, I'm not a girl. I'm a they, them. I'm going to be whatever I can be. And then when it comes time for sexuality, you can pick who you want to squish with easier. You can squish with whomever you wish, quite honestly. But you could say, I am attracted to the brawny paper towel guy and the Swiss Miss lady and a gummy bear or none of them. That's right. And because when I was a little girl, I was a she, her. I've always been a she, her, but there was a lot of beeswax with it, right? All I remember is when I was a little girl, I wanted to be a little boy or an adult woman. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
When I was a small child, I wanted to be a boy child or a grown-up lady. I never wanted to be a grown-up man. That felt super busy, kind of grumpy. Anyway, so I wanted to be Huckleberry Finn and or Annette Bening. I, by the way, am not the go-to for any sort of role model. I also genuinely wanted to be Snoopy.
That's cool.
But the crazy thing is when I started being attracted to young men, I was about 13 or 14, I would see a fella and I'd be like, that is a sexy dude. Look how hot that guy is. That guy's giving me the tingles. I get the Peter tingles from that dude. And then would I then approach that young man? Would I then take the initiative? I would not. You know what I would do? I would then go and try to recreate the outfit that he was wearing. I would dress like the men that I was attracted to. I'm still doing it. Still doing it. Yes. Yeah. I'm wearing Carhartts right now. Yeah. I own corduroys because I found a community college professor very handsome. It's not great, but like some people feel like a man or they feel like a woman. The sexiest I ever feel is literally when I'm having the sex with my husband, when we're doing it, connected. Tab A, slot A, I am a bottom. The rest of the time, I just feel like a people, right? Literally just like wondering what everyone's reading. And it turns out memoirs. Did you know that? Yeah. And the internet. I would warn you about the internet. Second half, very dirty. But the weird thing is when I think about my sexuality, I think of it as Schrodinger's sexuality. Schrodinger had a theory. He never did this to a cat. Calm down. But the theory was if you put a cat in a box, close the box, put gas into the box, you would not know if that cat was alive or dead until you open the box. Is the cat alive? Is the cat dead? You don't know. You don't know until you open the box. That is my sexuality. You don't know what my sexuality is until you are inside me. And then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I'm fucking a cat. And why is that cat wearing corduroys? That's the joke. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Woo!
I
All right.
appreciate the squish. I'm a big fan.
Oh, yeah.
I've never.
Squish with whomever you wish.
I love it.
I will say that I right before this happened. Host disabled that. Right before we all went into quarantine, I bought $5,000 worth of new merch, including a "Squish with whomever you wish" T-shirt with the Brawny paper towel guy. You can see. Feel free to go to my website.
Yeah, buy one of those.
Yeah, buy several.
If somebody will buy one of those, Jackie.
Empty my fucking garage. Yeah, I got a bunch of new merch. I got a challenge coin with my dad's face on it with my favorite of his slogans, which is "Never say no without a number."
Would you throw in a Schrodinger lecture if we, you know, for us wanting to catch up on our Schrodinger?
Schrodinger,
right.
Schrodinger's cat. What about it?
No, I'm saying it's like, will you throw in a lecture, a Schrodinger lecture for us, you know, novice Schrodinger people who would like to learn more about Schrodinger? Yeah. We've got time.
Schrodinger's cat, as I explained it, he had a theory that you didn't know if the cat was alive or dead if the damn thing was in a box and the box was closed. And then, so it's this whole thing about the nature of power. I have no idea.
I think that's the people Matt's mom ran away from, the cat people.
Hey, all I know is I walked one of your friends' queue.
No, they come back. They always come back when they did from the bathroom. Trust me. Jackie, that was great. Well done. Dork Forest, Jackie and Lori, you're always popping up on TV and stuff. And what's your website? JackieKashian.com.
Yeah, JackieKashian.com.
Go buy one of those shirts. Yeah. We got a lot. You know what? This show has raised a good amount of money, and Q goes out and gives it to people, essential workers, and surprises them. And maybe a couple people would mind buying a shirt or two to help out a comic who's very funny. So.
Right.
And a book.
Yeah, I'm not married to someone who. I'm not married to a doctor. I'm married to a video designer.
Yeah. See, you got to marry a successful lady. We know, Matt.
That's what my husband thinks he's done.
Yes. But then he walks into the garage. God damn it! Look at all this stuff.
Well, she's got the only key to the garage. Is that what you said?
You know what? I did worse, Jackie. One time I made a bid on a shirt that was like so incredibly stupid and pointless. And I had like, 1,000 shirts. And then like all of a sudden I just put it on the internet and people were like, these are really cool. It's like, they didn't know what it meant. The joke was like, there was a group called TAW, Teens Against Weed. And I had this thing and it was stupid. And like, they sold like crazy. I just threw it on the internet. It's like,
you know that Jake Johansson used to have a shirt that just said "Touch It," and when I was featured for him, it was back in the '90s or in the early 2000s at my home club, and I was working with him, and I saw he sets up his merch, and I go to the shirt, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And he goes, "Leave me alone. I have a mortgage."
Right.
Noted.
Back when you could buy something too. All right. Well, that was really great. Thank you. Buy stuff, people out there. And let's go to our headliner for the evening. And that's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. Trust me. Right, Matt? All these 8 people out there. I do not know you, but I've heard wonderful things about you. And I'm ready to introduce the very funny, very affable, a lot of positive energy, even through the interwebs. Please welcome the very funny Erik Escobar, everybody.
Oh, what a great intro. I don't know you, but I have faith.
I tell it like it is. Come on, we're on the internet. I don't have to BS an audience like in person. We're on the internet, bro. This is where people say what they're scared to say in person.
No, this is great. This is wonderful. I'm very excited. I really am. I want to know where everyone's coming from. So if you're on Facebook, put in the comments where you're coming from. I know we got Ryan in Colorado. Matt, where are you again?
Orange County.
Orange County. We got Jackie in the Valley. We got all these people coming from everywhere. I'm in Gardena. It's a sketchy part of LA, man. We just started getting, I don't know if you guys are getting looting right now during quarantine. Yeah. It's the worst. It is the absolute worst. Like, someone got shot outside my apartment last night.
What?
Wait, was that on the news at like 11:30, 11 o'clock?
Yeah, just about
It was on the news right outside on the street.
right on Gardena. Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
god!
here's the thing. I was freaking out because someone got shot outside my apartment, and it was the first time I've ever used a gun. It was really ferocious.
There's always a first.
It was a first. It was a first. I do not like guns. I don't like guns. I went hunting when I was a teenager, and it was horrible. I tried to shoot a rabbit. I accidentally shot the magician. It was the worst birthday I've ever been to. It was pretty bad, but it's okay. I'm quarantining with my girlfriend. Oh God, does everyone hate their partner right now? I hate my girlfriend so much. She's the worst. The other day she was like, Eric, let's like spice things up in the bedroom. So we started doing role playing. I don't know if you know what role playing is, but it's when you lie in bed with your partner and you play with each other's roles. It's great. I'm her little Pillsbury Dough Bae. You know what I'm talking about? Sexy boy, sexy man. I'm a sexy man. I'm trying to do like nice things for her. So I bought her some lingerie the other day. She got all pissed off. She was like, Eric, why would you go out and shop at Goodwill? You know what I'm talking about? Let's do that joke and keep moving on. It's fine. It's weird, man. I've been ordering a lot of takeout and delivery during quarantine. I don't know about y'all. I've been ordering so much DoorDash. Here's the thing. I have amassed a drawer full of just dozens of plastic forks and knives. And none of them are the same. Some of them work really well. Others, you can barely finish the circumcision. It really is a difficult... I'll take that. I'll take that. It's an applause. An is much like standing ovation in the internet. I've been trying to take up my time learning stuff. I've been doing a Duolingo. Duolingo is like the whole like learn new languages thing. I'm learning French. Let's do a little thing amongst the comics and everyone else. Let's do this in the comments. Put down if you know. But I'm gonna say a French word, and then if any of y'all know what that word means, shout it out or put it in the comments. Sound good? Fun little game. Let's try it out. Bonjour. Bonjour. Who knows bonjour?
No.
Good day.
I heard a hello from Ryan.
Good day.
Ryan,
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hello. Let's go with merci. You know what merci means? Who knows merci?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh yeah. Another 45 points. They don't matter. I'll just give them out. It's fine. It's like candy. What about this? This is my favorite French word. My favorite French word. Buffet. Who knows what buffet means?
No.
Non-existent.
It means all you can eat. Absolutely delicious. Last one to round out the game. Let's see if we can get some points. Menage a trois.
Pat knows that. Pat knows that.
What is Pat?
Matt, go ahead.
Matt knows that well too.
I want to learn.
Let's do this.
I can't
times
roller
3.
skate backwards. What does it mean?
Close, very close. Menage a trois means buffet. All you can. Absolutely delicious. It is a wonderful
Synonym.
part of that buffet. All you can eat. I love it. Oh, more chicken. Seconds, please. Here's the weird thing. I don't live with my girlfriend. I'm with her with quarantine, but I used to live with my parents. And that was horrible, man. Because here's what's messed up about my parents. They're old school, super old school. Like, they're very conservative. I'm definitely a little more on that progressive side. Like, my mom the other day asked me a weird question. Over the phone, she was like, Eric, are you pro-gay? And I was like, what? And she was like, are you pro-gay? And I was like, Mom, I'm not even amateur gay. All right? Hey, can I do fantasy? I want to do fantasy gay. We'll draft it together. Let's go. It'll be fine. My dad, he's also, it's so hard, man. The other day, I heard him call someone a pussy. And I'm like, Dad, not do that. It is 2020. We do not call people pussy anymore. We call them millennials. That is hard.
Okay. Yep.
Difficult thing. But it's true. I'm part of the worst generation of all time. Have you had a conversation recently with like 23-year-olds? It's like you're talking to 23-year-olds. All right. home. They all take Uber Pool. It's really annoying, very annoying. But here's the thing. I've realized why we're the worst generation. Millennials are horrible because we grew up with Wi-Fi, the internet, technology, and it messed us all up. It messed us all up. Like, I can't do a single thing without my iPhone, okay? I was taking a poop today, realized I didn't have my phone with me, and I started crying, okay? I finished my business, and then I got out of that pool. And that was the second worst birthday I have ever been to. Really a good party, though. Cool. I've lost all my jobs during quarantine, which is annoying. I'm a comic and a professional wrestler. Both things that require massive touching, all right? I just can't do either. My last wrestling match, I remember I wrestled this guy, and it was crazy because he ended up legitimately headbutting me in the dick, which was horrible. It was absolutely horrible because it was the first time I've seen anyone get a concussion. All right, really. Or ladies, you know what I'm talking about? Because it's so hard. All right, dismounting that one again. Let's keep going. Quarantine's messing me up. It's messing up all of us. Here's the thing. I was supposed to do gigs in Mexico next week. And here's the thing. I had free flights. I had a free flight to Mexico. I was getting deported, but still, despite that, hey, it could be great. It could be wonderful. Oh man. I've been drinking a lot during quarantine. I don't know if we have any drinkers in the crowd, but I'm gonna do a little virtual cheers. Here you go. There you go to the camera. A little virtual cheers to you with your water, your cocktail, whatever it may be. If you are drinking during quarantine, kudos to you. Have some fun. Be careful. But I also want to give a quick little PSA. Drugs right now, be very careful. Be very, very careful. I actually tried acid for the first time during quarantine. And it was the worst. It was the absolute worst because I dropped the acid and I was tripping out so hard. I didn't realize that my little brother walked in the room and asked to try some, which is the one experience you do not want to hear as an only child. All right, really. I'm gonna end on this. My last name is Escobar. It is Erik Escobar. Follow me on Instagram. Let's all hang out. But it's a horrible last name because everyone hears it, and what do they all think of? Who do they all think of?
Pablo.
Right. All that, too many yelling. Tone it down. Tone it down. I feel like it's the worst name because every time someone meets me, they're always like, are you related to Pablo? Are you in a cartel? Are you in a gang? And to be honest, it doesn't really bother me because they'll be dealt with. Guys, I had such a fun time.
Yeah. All right. Erik Escobar, everybody. Good job,
Nice.
Erik.
Awesome.
And I think I learned some French while I was here. Because I go to France because I do a lot of wine stuff. And like, I can't speak French at all. So, but I'll say as perfectly as I can. S'il vous plaît, where was the ATM? Because I've been all over this place and just go off the rails and watch it get pissed.
That's great. I go to France a lot, but I do to Ventura a lot for a lot of feature stuff. So you know what?
Right. It's the same. Listen, I've done those gigs too. Trust me. But I know I'm not going to France now. So, but I thought you were very funny. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thought everybody was really funny. Let's go around again. Jackie Kashian. We got the Dork Forest. We got Jackie and Lori. We got merch that needs to go before her husband starts to feel a little wonky about this whole thing. And we got the Matt Balaker over here, sitting pretty, walking around with his Greg Giraldo book, which is amazing. And there's a lot of videos online of you doing some cool talk show stuff with that too, I know. And very funny too, Matt, by the way. You can talk now.
Thank you. I wasn't sure if I was muted. Thank you, Pat.
Right. You were great. You were very funny too. Thank you. And Erik, you were very funny. Get out of Gardenia. Come over here. You can hang out with us. I'll move in the garage. You can live in our house. Okay.
Sounds great.
Right. After being in Gardenia, yes. And of course, Q, good luck with the Cannonball Run to Minnesota. Watch the human trafficking thing. I mean, I know it's a new gig for you, and
Pay
make
the
sure
bills. Got to pay the bills.
you're doing those Nazi amphetamines, on the road to stay awake, and say hello to those freedom fighters who want haircuts out there too. And you guys were all really great. Thank you so much.
You are great, Pat. You are great. Thank you.
Oh,
You're the best.
Listen, thank you.
That's
We're here Thursday nights. A lot of people have been coming by. A lot of people have been donating to Q Loves You, which gives back to essential worker people who have done a lot of shitty jobs for people.
That's
during
so
this
great,
time.
Q.
And we
Thanks
have the
for doing
video to prove it, shot by my kid, and it's an amazing thing. And people have been still giving money, and we're gonna give it away to people who if really could use a boost or a thumbs up, and
to the other thing is too, at this point, I know it's going to sound a little off-putting, but we are going to have to start taking care of us as well moving forward in the next near future as far as the arts go.
Yes.
Comedians and arts. We've been doing these shows for free. Now, obviously being in LA, right, we've got to now push back a couple months. So we got to figure out a way to, get some people to help support the arts a little bit, which is what we're going to start doing. I'm working on a thing to maybe do something in the next couple of weeks to start doing like a $5 show. Part of that going to donation, part goes to the percentage base, and everybody gets paid, and everybody makes a little bit of money for small subtle donation and small subtle fee that'll go live probably in a couple weeks.
Because comedians deserve money too,
we really, I notice everybody needs a few bucks, man. It doesn't matter, right? And so but we appreciate the time that you guys take. I appreciate the time. I appreciate Patrick's time, and if we're adding value to anybody, we're writing a great book. Eric's throwing up some amazing comedy. Jackie's got her garage full of goods. I mean,
and you know what? I'm doing my virtual wine tastings for corporate groups, and they're loving them. Please go to High Spirits on Instagram and come talk to us, or the California Wine Guy, whatever. So,
if you guys want a free hour, I rip my DVD and just put it on YouTube. So this is not the current album that's out. And not the one that I'm working on, but 2 albums ago. It was good. It was #1 on Amazon and #1 on iTunes. And I did
fantastic.
Nice work.
It's called This'll Make an Excellent Horcrux. And if you go to my Twitter feed, which is just my name, and it's the pinned tweet, because it's listed private. But if you need an hour of stand-up, yuck it up. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's really funny. Those are good stand. Yours are really funny as opposed to some of the droll we see. Those are funny. It's true. I'm sorry. They're funny. But good luck to everybody. Eric, thank you. Matt, thank you. Jackie, thank you. Of course, Q. Godspeed, everybody. Stay healthy, stay clean, stay positive. Good night.
Good night.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Hey,
Y'all
guys.
take care.
Thank you all very much. Have a good one.
Q loves you.
Q loves you.